A new millionaire moves to Dubai every single hour. Not visiting, moving. Permanently. This year, Dubai is expected to welcome nearly 10,000 millionaires, bringing over $7 billion with them. That's more than New York, Singapore, or London. And here's the crazy part. Everyone thinks Dubai is rich because of oil, but oil makes up less than 1% of its $65 billion economy. Less than 1%. So how did a desert city with almost no oil build an economy that's pulling billionaires from every corner of the planet? First, let's kill the biggest myth. Dubai is not an oil city. It discovered about 4 billion barrels back in the 60s. Sounds like a lot, until you realize its neighbor Abu Dhabi has 92 billion barrels, 23 times more. Today, tourism alone contributes 20 times more to Dubai's GDP than oil does. Trade, 24 times more. Real estate, finance, construction, all dwarf oil. Abu Dhabi is the oil giant, but Dubai's lack of oil turned out to be its superpower. It forced them to get creative and to do it early. They couldn't just sit back and collect oil checks. They had to build something that would last. Back in the 1960s, Dubai's ruler Sheikh Rashid saw the future with stunning clarity. He famously said, "My grandfather rode a camel. I drive a Mercedes. My son drives a Land Rover. My grandson will drive a Land Rover, but my great-grandson will ride a camel." He knew the oil wouldn't last, so he made a choice. Use the limited oil money not as a fortune, but as seed capital. Seed capital to build an entirely different economy, one built on turning sand into a global hub for trade, finance, and luxury. So when you see that glittering skyline, don't think about what they found under the sand. Think about what they built on top of it. It's a masterclass in proving that the most valuable resource isn't a commodity you dig up, it's vision.
Dubai's economic strategy is a machine with 3 perfectly engineered pillars. Let's break down how they built a global powerhouse in the desert. First, the foundation. 0 taxes. That means 0 personal income tax, 0 capital gains tax, and 0 inheritance tax. If you're used to paying 30 or 40% of your income to the government, that sounds impossible. But in Dubai, you keep 100% of what you earn. And it's not just for individuals. They carved out what they call free zones, special economic areas where foreign companies can operate with 100% foreign ownership and 0 corporate tax for 15 years. The biggest is the Jebel Ali Free Zone. It's only 57 square kilometers, but it pulls in 36% of all foreign investment into the entire UAE and single-handedly contributes 20% of Dubai's GDP. There are now 26 of these zones: Media City, Internet City, Financial Center, each tailored to a specific industry, each with the same offer: bring your business here, pay nothing, and keep everything. So you've attracted the businesses. How do you get the world's wealthiest people to actually move there? That's pillar 2, the golden visa. It's deceptively simple. If you want to live in Dubai permanently, you just have to invest $545,000 in real estate. That's it. You get a 10-year renewable visa. No complex immigration process, no citizenship test. Just buy a property and you're in. For a millionaire in a high-tax country, this is a no-brainer, and the numbers prove it. The UK is expected to lose over 16,000 millionaires in 2025 alone, double the number leaving China. And where are they going? The United Arab Emirates is projected to gain nearly 10,000 millionaires this year, the highest influx in the world. Dubai is now home to over 81,000 millionaires, 237 centimillionaires, and 20 billionaires. In the last decade, its millionaire population grew by 98%, faster than almost any other city on Earth. This brings us to the final pillar, and it's where Dubai gets wild. Pillar 3, extreme marketing. They don't just build infrastructure, they build icons. The Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, scraping the sky at over 2,700 feet. The Palm Jumeirah, a cluster of artificial islands shaped like a palm tree, so massive it's visible from space. The Dubai Frame, a skyscraper that is literally a giant golden picture frame. Now, are these projects profitable on their own? Not really. The Burj Khalifa sewage system couldn't even handle the capacity when it opened. For years, trucks had to haul the waste out daily.
But that was never the point. These buildings are billboards. Every news article, every Instagram post, every drone shot is free advertising that screams futuristic, ambitious, and insanely wealthy. It's the same strategy as the Eiffel Tower in Paris. The tower itself doesn't make enough from tickets to justify its cost, but its value to the brand of Paris is priceless. Dubai just took that idea and put it on steroids. And it works. Dubai is now the third most visited city in the world, with 16 million annual visitors, pumping nearly $16 billion into the economy. Zero taxes to attract capital, a simple visa to attract the wealthy, and giant, unbelievable structures to attract the world's attention. It's a three-part strategy that has transformed a patch of desert into a global crossroads, and it shows no signs of slowing down.
Dubai is in the middle of an insane real estate gold rush. In 2023 alone, the city saw 1.6 million property transactions worth $173 billion. That's a 20% jump from the year before. The first half of this year, another $117 billion. Over 59,000 new investors have flooded the market in just 6 months. And the kicker? Almost half of all buyers aren't even residents. The reason is simple math. Imagine you're a billionaire in London. You're losing nearly half your income to taxes, another 30% on capital gains, and now you're facing new inheritance taxes. Then you look at Dubai. Zero tax, year-round sunshine, and that $10 million villa you just bought, it's also your golden visa. Instant residency. But here's the secret to how this whole system works. The Dubai government is the real estate market. They own most of the land. They develop most of the major projects through state-owned companies. So when you buy a piece of Dubai, you're not just buying property. You're essentially paying rent directly to the ruling family. They take that money, fund more massive projects, which attracts more foreign billionaires, which generates more revenue. It's a perfect self-sustaining cycle where the government operates like a giant real estate corporation. And that corporation is built on a foundation most people never see. 88% of Dubai's population are foreign workers, mostly from India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. They come for higher wages, but the reality is brutal. Many have their passports confiscated the day they arrive, trapping them. They work 12-hour-plus days in 120-degree heat, often without a single fixed day of rest. The official numbers are chilling. Over 1,000 foreign workers die from so-called natural causes. Many are simply from heat exhaustion. The Indian embassy estimates about 100 of its citizens commit suicide in the UAE every year. Meanwhile, local Emiratis get free land, free housing, free education, and even a $19,000 bonus for getting married. An Emirati might earn $15,000 a month. The foreign laborer building their city, as little as $200, 1/10 the pay for the same work. The other side of this money machine is just as dark.
For years, Dubai's zero tax, no questions asked policy made it the world's money laundering capital. The process was incredibly simple. You could fly from London's Heathrow with a suitcase stuffed with cash. Heathrow doesn't check what you're leaving with. Dubai doesn't check what you're bringing in. You walk into a bank, deposit it, or just buy property. Done. Your money is clean. Russian oligarchs fleeing sanctions found a home here. Crypto billionaires with gray area income did too. Basically, anyone with money they couldn't explain anywhere else flocked to Dubai. International pressure has forced them to tighten the rules recently, but the reputation is sticky. If you tell someone you're based in Dubai, there's often an unspoken assumption. Your money is probably questionable. So you have this gleaming city of the future, a global hub of wealth and ambition, but its foundations are a paradox. The skyline is built by men who can't leave, whose lives are valued at a fraction of a citizen's. The economy is fueled by capital that is, in many cases, escaping scrutiny from the rest of the world. It's a perfect system, a self-sustaining cycle of wealth generation. But when you look closer, you have to ask what the real cost of building paradise is, and who is truly paying the price. So you see the glittering skyline of Dubai, the artificial islands, the indoor ski slopes, and you wonder, how? There's almost no oil left and zero income tax, so where does all the money come from? The answer is simple if you stop thinking of Dubai as a country and start thinking of it as a giant corporation,
Dubai Inc., with the ruling family as the majority shareholders. The government itself owns the biggest moneymakers. It owns the real estate developers that sell the land for those skyscrapers. It owns the lavish hotels that fill up with tourists. It owns the massive ports and airports collecting fees on everything that moves through. And it owns Emirates Airline, a single company so powerful it brings in a staggering 25% of the entire city's GDP. Add in a small sales tax and a new corporate tax, and you have a city that functions as one massive, vertically integrated company, with the ruler as CEO. When the global economy is booming, this system is a cash-printing machine. Real estate values skyrocket, tourists pour in, Emirates flies full planes, and the government collects on everything. But this high-reward model comes with terrifying risk. Because Dubai doesn't operate like a government, it operates like a leveraged real estate company.
And in 2008, the bill came due. The global financial crisis hit, and Dubai nearly went bankrupt, drowning in $142 billion of debt from overbuilding projects like the Palm Islands. Who saved them? Their quieter, oil-rich neighbor, Abu Dhabi, with a $20 billion bailout. Then it happened again in 2013, and again in 2018. Each time, Abu Dhabi stepped in to rescue its flashy neighbor from the brink. Which brings us to right now. Dubai is in the middle of one of its biggest booms ever. In the first half of this year, GDP is up over 4%. Construction is growing at 8.5%. Nearly 10 million tourists have already visited, and the millionaire migration is in overdrive. Every single hour, a new millionaire moves to Dubai, bringing their capital, their businesses, and their investments with them. The government has a plan, D33, to double the entire economy by 2033.
But there's a new problem. Everyone is copying the playbook. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, even their savior Abu Dhabi, they're all building their own mega projects, offering zero taxes, and rolling out the red carpet for the world's billionaires. Saudi Arabia is building The Line, a $1 trillion, 106-mile-long mirrored city in the desert. Qatar just hosted a World Cup with brand new stadiums and cities. They all saw what Dubai did, and now they're trying to do it bigger. And here's the key. They all have way more oil money to burn than Dubai ever did. So that's the formula. A government that runs like a corporation, fueled by real estate, tourism, and logistics, all built on a high-stakes model of boom and bust. It's a model that has created a $65 billion economy that attracts thousands of the world's wealthiest people. But it's also a model that depends on bailouts from its neighbors when the party stops. The big question now is, can Dubai maintain its first mover advantage? Can it stay ahead when its own playbook is being used against it by competitors with much, much deeper pockets? Is Dubai's glittering success sustainable? Or is it a beautiful house of cards waiting for the next strong wind?